I just.
We're not opening another episode with crime.
Well,
Damn,
I
I
never
was-
worked at, but I did steal everything that they ever had, actually.
Oh no. No.
Literally, okay. Committed literal crimes against my family that they didn't have to answer for, so I don't care.
That's
fucking fair.
That's an actual fact. So you know what? I take everything I said back. Speaking of taking everything back, who can tell me what happened last time on
We made a lot of friends and everyone gets along.
Yeah,
we did.
we reconnected with our boy Boo, and now he's no longer our boy. Lou Ellen was there, Roger was there, we got arrested, we went to prison. The frogs are weird. Like, I know that's not really a new statement, but like just what's the fucking truth? We get into Tempest's chamber, we start pleading our case. I forgot that he knows everything, so we did try to lie pretty quick, and that didn't go great for us. But we did manage to convince him that the Harvester was a problem, and maybe we should just stop Caldera from ever forming. Brad was there. Brad has a Brad plan. Party Frog was there. He brought in Goopy Teeth Frog and Atticus and Anderson, who were also arrested. And then Boo was also there, offering Boo plan, but he won't take Brad, Party Frog, or specifically Anderson. So I don't really know how likely that one is. And at the very last minute, Tempest got harvested, and we have like one functional minute to make a plan before we have to do the plan.
one functional minute, but critically, just want to make this clear, that functional minute is completely frozen right now.
Mhm.
Now, I want to have, like, normally if I'm going to have you guys plan, I'm going to just let you guys do what you want to do. This particular moment is very important, and coupled with the fact that it has been a while since we were in reflection game mode, I thought it would be interesting if I was a little more involved. So what I want to kind of do is two things. One, I'm going to layer out the options as I see them. Two, I'm going to offer each of you a chance. During this episode, each of you can ask up to 2 questions, and you will get an honest answer about metagame knowledge. So,
Any answer?
Listen, like, you can't ask me, like, what's Cosmo's tragic backstory. I'm not going to tell you that.
I know what that is.
But
what do we have to do to win?
what do you have to do to win? Well, that's a great question.
What's the Harvester's sole weakness?
But if you want to ask a question about
Social Security,
a character's intention, it's Iris's social security. So whatever that is the Harvester's.
damn.
But you can ask
Man,
a
is that the
question.
same across all universes?
Probably. I think that's just like a consistent one and done. Why are we wasting time on that? No, we're not.
These are important questions.
This
Max.
isn't social security. You can ask a question about a character's intention. You can ask, does so-and-so mean this? Is so-and-so honest when they say this or that? What I want you guys to be at the end of this time stalling shenanigan is confident in a path. And before we get into it, let's kind of like outline what I consider to be your main choices. You can go with Party Frog on a number of different routes. Party Frog has basically put himself in a position where he will support you as long as the end goal is to free time. And in a way, every end that you could go down would accomplish that with him. You can go with the Harvester and use Party Frog to meet the Harvester's demands, which, just to clarify, is Iris ascends to another Harvester, you get Cash Money Danger McStinky, and you get Greg of the Gardens and deliver to the Harvester. That is one path that you can pursue with Party Frog. You can also go with Party Frog and sort of forge your own path entirely, ignoring everything else. You can go back to 1932, meet up with Sylvester, who has knowledge of the Harvester, and in fact told Chris that he met him back then. So that is another path that you can go down. And I think the final Party Frog route is you take Party Frog and Brad, because Brad also has a plan. So that's one option. Or those are like three options, really, different variations of Party Frog. Or you can go with Boo. Boo has a different plan. Boo will absolutely not take Party Frog, will absolutely not take Brad, and has verbally told you will not take Anderson.
But that's not absolute.
Do you want to ask that as a
Meaning,
question?
well, I was going to say that. Okay, here's my question. Can he be persuaded?
Boo can be persuaded to take Anderson, but it has to be a successful roll. It is not a guarantee.
Okay.
Um,
That's one of my questions then.
so what's really critical that I want to stress before I kind of open the floor to initial comments, there is no right or wrong answer. The time spent doing A Little Slice of Heaven has given me some freedom and flexibility to essentially outline different paths for everyone. So each potential option is a viable and different path. So with that, I open the floor. Where are each of you leaning right now? Let's start with that. Mark, if you just had to pick one.
Definitely Party Frog at this moment.
Party Frog with
I would,
who?
probably, obviously with everybody, and we would go, I think we should talk to Sylvester, because that seems like a good lead at least.
Mm-hmm. Beth?
I know it's wrong-ish. I still really want to figure out. I still really want to lean to go with Boo. I recognize he's being a dickhole, but I don't know. I just trust him more, especially more than Party Frog, who's obviously 100% got his own agenda. So does everyone. I don't ideally want to leave Brad, but also I don't know.
Okay, well, so stop that thought right there. Iris.
Leaning more towards Party Frog because I know that there's no universe in which Boo is like, yeah, we'll take everyone and go. And I don't particularly want to leave anyone behind. And I know that there's also a risk of people being left behind if we don't succeed a roll.
Yes. And regardless if you go with Boo, Brad is probably off the table. I don't see a way where Boo would want to take him.
Yeah.
I'll leave this up to you guys, please. Enjoy.
All right, Max. Let me ask.
Yeah.
So does Party Frog have any motives beyond helping us? Would there be obviously there may be consequences to that. So would there be consequences to siding with Party Frog?
Party Frog himself is like a blank slate candidate. He's more so there to help you to save time. So as long as you're moving towards that goal and the things that you're doing, presumably, defeating the harvester, are working towards that goal, you basically have free reign with him.
Okay. Good to know.
Is that your first question? That was your
Yeah,
first
that was
question.
my first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, I definitely am leaning more towards Party Frog, and like I said, Boo can fucking put his own thumb up his butt and get himself out of here. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I don't think that's worth answering a question for, but like, yeah, Boo, if you guys don't side with him, he's just gonna leave anyway. He's not gonna get himself stuck and harvested.
And that's
No, I'm not worried about that.
I think Beth, I think I see where you're coming from. Obviously, like it's kind of like we have history with Boo. Like, obviously, we want to fucking side with him, but like, I just Boo's being a fucking wiener.
He's
being a
all
wiener.
this is how he's always been.
And that's all Chris
we
knows
get it.
about him.
We
So
we
he's
get
like,
it in our head that he's better than he is, and then he comes back and he's exactly how he's always been, and we're like, what the fuck? This isn't our beautiful boy.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I don't think anything he's done has been out of character.
No.
He's just
No.
always been like this, and we glorify it in our minds.
we say he's gonna be better the next time, and he never is.
It's like a parent, because we got to see this kid grow up, and now we're like, no, he's great. And then we see him, and now we're like, oh my god, go back to fucking college, get away
This
from
is,
me.
this is our wonderful nephew. Our wonderful nephew is kind of fucking rude when he's older. What happened?
Why are you like this? Who did this to you?
Wrong.
Oh.
The thing I think with the reason I'm leaning more towards Boo as well is because the frogs, at least from what we've seen of them, as stated, are very like one-dimensional. They have at least had their set path, and that was, they don't have as much roundabout thinking. And maybe that goes out the window because you have to do something unexpected to save time because time just got harvested. My thing with Boo is I still think I don't really know exactly how he did this, but he just broke into like Time R Us and wandered around in front of Time himself, and the only person who saw him after he got snapped out of it was Party Frog, because Party Frog just realized that this is not going exactly like how it's always supposed to go, I'm assuming.
I assume
So-
that happened because he wasn't connected to Tempest anymore.
That's correct.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Ah.
Because Tempest has like influence over the frogs, and so now that Tempest has been harvested, the frogs are like, "Oh, what the hell's going on here?"
What the fuck is this free will?
Also, can't believe
Here,
no
okay.
one's trying to save Goopy Teeth Frog. That's the real travesty here.
I think he can figure out himself.
I think Ernest is the only one who would try to save Chippy Teeth Frog.
Man
I
just
think you're
admitted
right.
that he played the long con to fucking befriend someone to betray them. I think he can figure himself out.
What
If
a
we-
rude guy.
If we don't save Brad, this is the most like overall metagame I'm gonna ask. If we don't save Brad, are we not going to get some of the answers to the backstory we've been searching for?
I don't want to say that you're gonna necessarily get locked out of anything. Boo is certainly not interested in people's backstories. I can tell you that. And in fact, I would even go further and say he would actively discourage exploring what's going on.
Well, that'll be the nail in my coffin then, because that's the only thing that Cosmo deeply cares about besides saving this is figuring out what the fuck is going on with her and Ozma and everyone else, Catherine, Castor that they never met and don't even know about.
You know who does know about that?
Anderson?
Broad-shouldered short businessman in a suit.
Yeah, I know, and I don't like Brad for it, but if Boo won't not even help, but if Boo will try and stop us from digging into that, then I don't see any point in going with him. He's gonna leave behind Brad, which I'm not super married to Brad, but it would be nice to help him out. But the fact that he wants to leave behind who he just got screamed at is his dad. No. I know we can persuade him to do so, but that's really shitty. So I'll change my vote. I'll vote for Party Frog. On the condition that we make Party Frog take everybody. Can we you don't have to answer this because I know I asked my 2 questions. Can we try to encourage Party Frog to take Boo against his will? Because I think that'd be funny.
I gotta say, I think from a character perspective, in Party Frog's limited amount of like free will that he's just gleaned, I just don't think he would see Boo as anything more than an obstacle.
Fair.
He's an obstacle and a mortal enemy.
He's an optical
illusion.
obstacle.
He's an optical obstacle and a mortal enemy.
I hate these kind of choices, but okay. I'm on board for Party Frog if everyone else is.
Yeah.
Party Frog
yep.
and Hoomst.
Brad, the twins, all of us Are we in agreement? We're not saving Goopy Teeth Frog?
Like,
Yeah, we
if
can
Party
leave him
Frog
here.
wants to take Goopy Teeth Frog, he can, but I'm not gonna plead Goopy's frog.
I literally
I ain't
don't know
pleading
that
Goop
guy.
case.
I don't know that guy, and if Atticus has any say in this, which I doubt she has very little, she just got arrested by that guy, so fuck that guy, because she wasn't even supposed to be arrested. So no, that's my 2 votes, 1.5 votes are don't save Goopy Frog.
Beth really painted me a pickle when she was like, "Yeah, Atticus and Anderson are gonna get arrested by time," and I was like, "Why? Why? Why would that be the case?" And I was like going through all the old lore. I was like, "Did Atticus ever violate time? I don't think so." And I was like,
Guilt by
"Okay,
association, because
that
she was
didn't
there.
that didn't happen, so she was taken by mistake." Just a complete accident.
The thing was, was talking to you about how to end it, and I think you were like, "I need you to have Anderson be arrested," or I don't remember if I thought you said Atticus and Anderson, so I was like, "Well, that makes sense," but I can't specifically think of like I thought maybe they were just mad that Atticus was out here like doing insane things as Sammy and then getting dragged up into heaven, but I was like, I can't figure out what the fuck those two did specifically, um, because everyone else went to 1923 or 1933 or whatever it was. Everyone else was also there for that. And that was the only time they time traveled. However, I forgot about the scene in Limbo where Calamity takes you guys through that dead future,
Yeah, and
where you
then
like
sticks
meet the
his head in
one-armed
the toilet.
Atticus. Yeah, and then you guys go into the bathtub and like you met like nice adult Boo before he turned into evil adult Boo.
Nasty boo.
Nasty
Um,
Boo.
well, shoot, I gotta admit, I thought we were gonna spend the whole time on this. I guess it's a good thing that we didn't. That probably makes for a more interesting episode. Who has questions left? Mark, do you have one, and Will, you have two?
I
Yeah,
technically do have one.
I haven't been able to think of anything to really ask other than like the possible question, which is just for curiosity's sake because I don't think I'm exploring this option anymore. But like, is it even fucking possible to get Greg of the Gardens who never leaves?
Yeah, the harvester's route is 100% doable, and I will say the harvester is 100% sincere on if you fulfill the conditions, they will leave and they will not harvest the universe.
You know what I'm gonna bet it is? This is my Beth bet. I bet if Greg marries Hannah, he will be free. Because maybe like the bound of matrimony is more binding than the binding
Oh
of the
my
garden or
god, what
something.
if he takes her last name?
And then he's not Greg of the Garden anymore. He's Greg whatever Hannah's last name is.
Yeah, Greg, whatever Hannah's last name is. And then right after they get married, you just kidnap him.
You're like, hey, do you guys want to go on to vacation in space for your honeymoon?
Honestly,
Like, oh my god, yeah.
Hannah's an astrophysicist. She'd probably be like, "Yes."
Yeah, I think the harvester ending is probably like about as close as a bad route as we've ever had in the show, except maybe that time you guys burned down an island or whatever. If that, I mean, that was crazy, right?
That,
Um,
that,
That
did,
doesn't
that
count.
didn't
That
happen.
was a lot.
Specifically, that was just Atticus. No one else wanted to do that. That was just me.
That was a long time ago. You know, everyone's different people now.
We're different people.
Listen, everyone has their own rock bottom.
All right, so time is going to start speeding up again. Just want to clarify. We are doing Party Frog with a side of everyone whose name is not Beauregard Rivers, Goopy Teeth Frog, and I'm guessing you guys aren't taking Stabby Frog either.
I
We should
mean,
maybe.
I think
No, we probably should take.
I think the
Stabby
frogs
Yeah.
could save their own skin, but we could take Stabby Frog.
Listen, Goopy Teeth
Frog
Frog is
hasn't been-
out. He's clearly a con man,
Insane.
and he's shown that he'll use humans to get what he wants. So no, but Stabby Frog needs to have needs to get disillusioned with time anyway. So let's take Stabby, Party, the twins, Brad. And I want to be clear on this. I know it's not going to happen, but I'm still going to implore Party Frog to take Boo. Even if he says no, even if it does not happen, if there's no role for it, Cosmo's still pushing for it.
All right. So, as we come back to normal speed, Tempest is screaming. Anderson shouts, "Your Uncle Cornelius gave his life for this!" And Boo says, "Oh, cry me a fucking river." Party Frog is staring at you desperately.
Hey, Party Frog.
Yes?
Let's get us out of here, except for Goopy Frog over there. And
Don't bring Tempest.
Yeah, and yeah,
And Tempest. Don't bring Tempest.
Please bring the IRS agent. Please.
Boo snaps out and he's like, "What are you doing?" Party Frog says, "I'm sorry, I can't take him. I'll take everyone else, but not him."
Man.
Boo looks at you and he says, "You are going to live to regret this." And with that, everyone is back in that field. Team Bouquet, Atticus, Anderson, Brad falls like 20 feet to the ground.
Chris laughs.
Stabby Frog is there just staring at his dagger hands and at the field. And Party Frog just kind of like falls over and says, "What have I done?"
You saved us. Thank you.
We're gonna fix this. We got this.
We are gonna fix this. We
have to. I mean,
Yeah.
there's.
He sits up and he's like, "You guys have a plan?"
Yeah.
No, I point to Brad. Brad
is
What
like
is- what
wiggling
is your-
in his like his.
Shut up, Brad. What is your excellent plan?
Oh my gosh, guys! I just
No,
gotta say,
Brad.
thank you.
No, Brad. What is your plan?
Right, the plan. Yes. Okay. So this is awesome. Oh my gosh. I knew you guys were going to make the right choice. So listen, hey, can one of you untie me, please?
The plan, Brad.
Oh, all right. Okay. You're ready for this? Old broad-shouldered short businessman in a suit. You know, he's been setting you guys up for success. Okay? All right. We just
Is it too late
need
to go back for Boo?
No, you don't need to go back for Boo. I'm getting there. We just need two very simple people and we can stop all of this. Okay? You guys ready for this? Ogrenack and Legendary.
What the fuck?
You know, Legendary was murdering people? Like,
Yes,
actually
I
murdering
know.
people?
He sucks, but I needed you guys to understand how powerful he is.
So you made us murder him?
I'm sorry. I had to let the harvester think that I was helping, but really, I was giving you guys all the tools you need. Think about it, right? Ogrenack, the mind controller. Hello, we can use Ogrenack to take over the harvester. Legendary, the superhero, the man who can punch a person across town. We can use Legendary to distract the harvester's body while we do the mind control. Okay, and all that stuff with Tim, right? And the frogs. Introductions into not and Heart and Stone, of course. Can't forget about Heart and Stone. We'll get to Heart and Stone. But Tem and the frogs are exactly what we need to pull this off. And then finally, the coup de grace. Chris, I can't believe you didn't go. You were supposed to be there, buddy. What happened?
What are you talking about?
The volcano, Chris.
What?
The final piece of the puzzle. What we're fighting against. The harvester. You guys are the key to all of it. Don't act so excited all at once, guys. Come on.
I'm not excited in the slightest. All right, hold on. You know what? Let's circle back. What the fuck is going on with my dead dad?
Right. Will you please untie me?
Answer the question.
I promise I will. Just get me out of these binds first.
No.
Oh, come on.
Brad, I want to make it clear to you right now. If this ends up with us being in line with the harvester, nobody in that hive mind likes you.
I know no one in the hive mind likes me, guys. He like wiggles his body towards Chris and he's like, Chris, buddy, we'll help with the old binds.
He like kicks at the knot and he's like, I forgot how to untie knots, sorry.
Oh,
Answer my question,
Chris.
Brad, and
Oh.
I'll untie you. But the last thing I need is to untie you and to have you get zapped dead, disappeared, fucking run off on your little legs. No, I have waited so long. I have gone through so much, and you're going to tell me what the fuck I am and what happened to my parents. Are they even my parents?
I mean, what is family? I'm sorry. Okay. I know.
I will leave
I
you
know.
in this field.
I know you'll
tonight.
leave me in this field. I'm gonna tell you. I'm sorry. Okay. First of all, on top of all the other things that I technically lied to you about, I got to apologize. It is not a coincidence that Heart and Stone took all the dead bodies from the reflection game. We paid them to do that. Well, we paid your dad to do that specifically. Your mom sucks, Cosmo. But Willoughby's not too bad, if you can believe it. He's got a few loose bolts, but can happen given the circumstances. So Willoughby is the son of your grandma, right? Cosma.
That is how things work, yeah.
You are not Willoughby's child.
Are you telling me I'm my fucking grandma?
Well,
My grandma who taught me about the stars?
yeah,
My Gram?
Yes. You, Ozma, Catherine, God knows how many others, are the product of cloning.
Oh my god. Oh, I thought it was gonna be like I thought I was my grandma, and I was like, how can I be raised by my horrible dad and then I have to turn around and raise my dad? Okay, I wasn't here for that. Oh, I knew it was clones. Okay.
Yeah,
That's so much
you're
easier to
not
deal with.
Cosma yet.
I'm not ever gonna be Cosmo. I'm Cosmo.
Yeah,
Maybe
listen.
I'm gonna change that even because I named myself after her, and I don't.
Hey, why don't
I
you
don't like
untie
that.
me and maybe we can talk a little bit more?
So why did you
Guys, please. I promise. I'm here to help. You may not like me. I just want to stop this thing.
Brad, you've lied to us before.
Many
literally
times.
a lot all the time? Okay, I'm untying Brad.
Oh,
I'm like, if you
oh,
run off
oh,
or get
thank
disappeared
you.
or get murdered,
Oh,
I will actively hunt you down.
that's fair.
We'll send Stabby Frog after you.
Oh my god. Please, not the
These things are knives.
Thank you. Right. Yeah, not Cosma yet.
Yeah, so are you telling me I actually have to go eat somebody's brain if I want to become like the super version of myself?
No, it's not a want. It's a need, an
Want?
instinct, an impulse.
don't- Okay, but I've also been around Ozma quite a bit, and I've never had the desire to bite her head.
It's not something that you have right now. It's something that starts later.
So I can't be around Ozma, or she can't be around me, or we're gonna eat each other?
I'm sure we can work something out. That's why you picked me, right? To solve problems.
No, I picked you because Boo was going to point at if Anderson's around here somewhere. I picked you, and everyone else did because he was going to leave that guy, and that felt very unfair.
Anderson like puts a hand on his chest and he's like, "Oh, you guys ruined the weird frog for me? You shouldn't have."
Yeah, your
Please
son's
don't say
kind of
that.
a- your son's
Okay.
kind of a dick.
No, I'm very grateful. Yeah, thanks. And Brad says, Yeah, listen, guys, we have a lot to do, but we also have all the time in the world to get this right.
Here's the problem, right? That cannot be true because now the harvester is time in this dimension.
Yes.
So we don't have all the time in the world because the harvester is time.
I gotta be real with you. I'm a little sore after that. Can we walk and talk?
Where are we going?
Towards that, like, settlement?
What the fuck?
Yeah, you look over and there's, like, people. A lot of people. They're a ways off, but you can see, like, lumber being moved into place. You see foundations that have been, like, put together, and Brad's like, "I thought you guys did that. Was that not you?"
Atticus from next to Anderson is like, oh my god, we're just back here again. What
We
the
did
fuck
it.
is happening to us?
Anderson's like, no, this is great. This is great. Hey, Frog, how long in the future did you take us? And Party Frog's like, probably a few days after you left. And Anderson's like, cool. I guess they got a head start. Brad
How did they
says,
get that far in advance?
Brad is like, I don't know, but can we go, please?
Okay, yeah. Cosmo says, yeah, let's go interrupt the locals, I guess.
Brad like starts skipping with you guys and he kind of like starts jogging backwards. And he's like, this is great. I knew that you guys were going to do this. I knew that you were going to pick me and we were going to work together to stop the harvester, and in exchange we can do some really cool stuff together. Cosmo, we can save your dad. We can save my son. We can maybe even go back and get Gunslinger and Extinguisher.
I don't really know if my dad deserves to be saved. I won't lie to you.
Cosmo, I've
I
known
don't
your
really know if
family
you
for a long time.
Now, let me finish that statement. I also don't really know if you deserve to be saved, Brad.
What, what do you mean?
Did you, or did you not work with the harvester to do all this?
For a while, yes.
Were you there when Caldera started?
No, certainly not. They pick members every 100 years or so, and I joined with one of the more recent batches.
So my family, who is cloning a woman who eats other people's brains for powers and summons
well,
otherworldly, sorry Iris, reality munching monsters, that's all worth saving? I mean, no offense, Brad, your own son died and you still kept going with the project.
I had to after he died.
Why?
Because I had to try and fix it. And that's when
So
you three showed up.
So it takes personal loss and not the loss of anyone else's autonomy, freedom, your own loss, to put you back on the path of, I don't know, being correct, nice, good.
Brad looks like stunned by that. And I just want to say, out of character, that is a 100% accurate like thing that you just said. Brad is like, well, it's not that simple. I have put a lot at risk to put this plan together, and I want to do it with you guys.
But you only want to do it with us because you need us.
You are by far the most qualified people to accomplish this. Each of you is so much more special than you know. Well, actually, I think Cosmo, you actually probably have a pretty good idea, and Iris, you probably know too. I think it's mostly just Chris by this point.
Yeah, wait, actually, yeah, I sidle up behind Chris. Can you actually, sorry, Chris, what makes Chris so special? I am genuinely curious.
I don't know, actually.
What the fuck, Brad?
Sorry, Chris, it's not anything personal. I just, we got the brain eating clone here, and we got harvester version number 2. I'm sure you're special too, Chris.
I point to old man Anderson and I'm like, hey, did you You said you're blabbering about knowing us or something. Do you know why Chris is fancy pants over here?
Oh my gosh, Chris! And Anderson rushes up and sweeps you up in a hug, Chris.
Oh, hi, Anderson.
Do you do you hug him back, or are you just kind of standing there?
Yeah. No, I hug him back.
He says, Chris, I have spent much time with the Hawthorne clan.
Sorry.
I learned so much of your people. Chris, my God, you beautiful angel, you. It all makes sense now.
Thank you. I really, like, I'm so fucking clueless. What are you talking about, Anderson?
No, I'm serious. You have angle in you.
Which kind? Obtuse or
Acute. No.
He's
Definitely
I was gonna say he shakes your chin. He's a cutie. No, what are you talking? What the hell are you
but for
talking
real,
about?
like,
This
what?
man is not math.
I don't understand how it all works, but you are part angel on your grandmother's side.
Which grandma? Which one?
Your dad's mom's side.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I met your grandpappy. I met your
Yeah.
grandmammy. I met
Yeah.
your father.
Yeah.
They're probably waiting for us.
Yeah, did you meet like Mouse, his brother? Is Mouse also there?
Yeah, Mouse Catool's
Yeah.
there too.
Oh boy.
Mouse Catool, what? Mouse Catool. Wait, is that real?
Does Chris does Chris know, like, because he hasn't talked to Anderson at all since like any of that, right?
No.
So he has
No,
no
it's like-
idea what the fuck's going on.
No, he has no clue what this is.
What the fuck? They're all dead. What do you mean?
We broke out of heaven. I didn't
My
even have a
dad
chance
was
to
not
tell
in-
you
my-
guys.
My dad and my grandpappy were not in heaven.
Atticus is like, oh no, your dad, what was it, broke out of hell? No, your grandpa broke out of hell.
Grandpa broke out
That
of
makes
hell.
sense.
Mhm.
Father was forced into heaven because of a calendar. I did that, by the way. I saved your dad.
Chris like stops walking for a moment. Can we talk about something else? This is listen, that's really, Anderson, is really nice. I appreciate that. But maybe like we could talk about this when the world is saved. Because this is a lot of information and I'm gonna get overstimulated.
Yeah, Atticus pops up. She's like, hey, real quick, sorry to butt in. I know there's a lot happening here, and I don't really understand any of it. Why was Boo there? Why was he old, and why was he so mean?
Brad is like, I'd also like to know why the IRS was there.
Well, his name's Boo. Okay, so
So like he's kind of just like been around for a while and like kind of a contact we had.
Brad's
Cosmo
like,
says-
how did you meet him?
Cosmo says, well, he
Reflection
kind
name stuff.
of just met us. He does not like you, Brad.
Well, I feel like that's going around recently. Where
Also, guess, Anderson, I'm sorry, I guess he doesn't like you.
Yeah, he really wanted to leave you, and I don't think that's super nice.
Anderson is like,
Oh.
I'm sure he had reasons. He probably wasn't in his right mind. He probably got harvested earlier or something.
Atticus is like, yeah, and his eyes, they looked
They were harvest green, like
Yeah,
like plants are when
too vivid,
they're being,
unnatural.
yeah, just super.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's
Anyway, town.
yeah, so you guys are like standing in the middle of like this field of people, and one of like the doors that looks like it was probably just put on maybe 20 minutes ago slams open. Cosmo, you are immediately swept up in a hug by Ozma. Chris, you are immediately swept up in a hug by Mouse. And Iris by Dees, Tem, and the Fingies.
Yes.
Yeah, I pick up Ozma and I give her a spin, and I'm like, oh my god, Ozma, you are never gonna believe it. I know what the fuck is wrong with us.
What's wrong with us?
We're clones.
Hooray! Wait, what?
Yeah, my grandma, our grandma, us, we're clones of grandma.
We're grandma clones.
Yeah, so turns out your parents are not your parents, and my parents are also technically Our son.
Okay, but you know I was adopted, right?
I regret to
You guys were
inform you that, like,
technically both adopted in a sense.
Oh yeah, I guess adoption buddies.
yeah,
And
and I give her a high five.
yeah, she's like, you are gonna love the people who came out of a portal a few days ago. There are some real winners among them.
What
Guess
does
what?
that mean? What?
I'm vice co-mayor.
You got elected vice co-mayor?
No.
I pick her up again and I put her back down. And I'm like, oh, you took it. Yeah, good job, Ozma.
It was a hostile takeover, but the leader's real cool. His name's Henry.
Nice. What? Why are we forming a town here?
I just figured we were probably going to stay here a while, and also there was a heaven jailbreak of some kind.
I whirl back on Anderson and Atticus, and I was like, wait, you guys you were really about that?
Oh yeah, it was a whole thing.
It super sucked.
He points a finger at Chris and he's like, his grandpa was there.
And his grandma.
And
Me,
so Mouse stops hugging you and it's like, Chris! Oh my god!
Mouse.
You survived!
You survived.
Oh my god, when the frog came for you guys, I thought that was it.
Frogs, they're scary looking, but look at them. They're,
Yeah, party
not too bad.
Party frog
Mouse
and Stabby frog
missed
wave.
you.
Mouse whirls. Wait, is that Cosmo who says that?
Yeah. Yes.
He rolls around. He's like, "Where did you hear that from?"
I point at Anderson.
Hey, buddy. And Mouse is like, "So, did you guys do it? Did you get time on our side?"
Kind of. In a way. I point at the frogs. They're on our side. But the actual guy got harvested.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not good.
No. But it's okay because I point at Brad. Brad has a plan.
Hey guys, I'm broad-shouldered short businessman in a suit. Love what you've done with the place. Can I sit down somewhere and maybe have a drink of water? I don't know how long I was trapped in that dimension, but it was definitely a couple hundred years. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Someone get Brad a glass of water.
Ozma's like, yes, ma'am, right away, and scurries off. And Iris, you are released by Dees, Tem, and the Fingies, who are like, oh my god, Iris, it is so good to see you again.
Yeah, likewise. It's been a lot.
So this is the squad.
Yeah, I guess so. Everyone seems pretty chill.
Yeah, no, we'll have to introduce you around, but there's a lot of good people here. I gotta be honest with you. It's so nice to have you, Cosmo, and Chris here because I was a little worried we were going to have to spend more time with Schmegley. And Schmegley's great and all, but
Yeah.
there's only so many circus facts, and it's all that the circus is fake. It's just they don't do anything from what I can tell. I don't know how they make their money. I don't know if they have any actual skills. They don't even put up the circus tents. Apparently that's all fake too.
You hear in the distance,
Huh?
circus fact number 397. The motorcycles aren't real. They're just little people running inside of them.
There's so many little people doing things. I don't know where they're getting all of them.
That's crazy. Hold on, that's insane. That feels faker than if the whole circus was fake.
Tem is like, I've been recording every single one, and I feel like we're just gonna have to go to a circus and see, because I'm half convinced this man has never been to a circus in his life.
I worked at one.
We'll see, buddy. And just for a moment, there's a little bit of peace, a little bit of quiet. And then a shimmering blue portal emerges, an unmistakable IRS portal. And stumbling out of it is a woman. She's got to be a little bit older than the three of you, maybe mid-30s. She has a name tag that says Michelle. No, not Michelle. Oh my God, what's the name?
Of who?
Savannah. Thank you. Me. Savannah J.
Oh
Sav-
no.
Savannah J stumbles out of the portal and looks around at all of you and is like, wow. I love what you've done with the place.
Howdy,
Hey,
stranger.
what's up?
Oh my gosh, right. Hi, it's me, the Harvester. How's it going?
No,
Do I have a
Go
gun?
back in that
no.
portal.
Do I have
Do I
a
have a gun?
gun?
No, me, Cosmo. Do I have a gun?
I don't think so.
I do.
I pull a mime gun on the harvester entity. I mime a gun.
What are you doing? What is that gonna do?
Yeah, Cosmo, get him.
No, listen.
Girl, what?
I don't have a lot of time because my influence isn't here, right? So I'm on a ticking time bomb here. I just gotta remind you guys one more time. Yeah, you know, like the Academy Awards, where it's like just a reminder you should vote for this movie in the Academy Awards. Like they hang it up on all the billboards or whatever. I know that because I'm everyone who's ever lived. Just want to remind you guys. Wait, Chris, Cosmo, you know about the deal, right?
Oh yeah, Iris told us about it.
Okay. Just want to remind you guys, I assume you're well prepared to do this yourselves. Good job on the frogs. That's going to help you out. Don't forget about Tem, because Tem's got the wacky time travel powers too. All I need is Cash Money Danger McStinky from Hell, and I need Greg of the Gardens from the Hotel Minnesota, and Iris, of course. And I'll be on my way. You know, so, like, listen, you seem like nice people. Just don't make the wrong choice here, right? Because Iris
Don't
is.
you like make me?
What?
Sorry, don't you make me eat people?
I do not make you eat people. That was something Graham cooked up for you.
Fuck.
Yeah, Yori, that's built in. I didn't do that. So listen, it's a fool's errand to try and fight me. Okay, that's it. That's all I just wanted to let you know. Don't do it. Very, very, very dumb idea. Come on.
Okay.
Just give me 2 people and y'all live. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sweet.
See you later.
She opens a portal behind her and starts falling backwards. And just for a second you hear, wait, what is happening? And as it vanishes.
It's
That
like
guy
totally
is
closed
so
again.
It's
pushy.
totally closed again.
See, I'm telling you, Iris, that's manipulation at its finest. Even if she's being completely honest, and let's assume she is, that's fucked up.
It's crazy to me that, like, she wants Greg of the Gardens, but, like, he can't leave. He doesn't leave. He'll never leave. And also, like, do you guys remember when I went to my doctor's appointment with Arden?
Yes.
We managed to accidentally go into the red place again one time, and we walked around, and it was the Hotel Minnesota completely taken over, and Greg's skeleton was, like, there.
Okay, tell me, I have this like weird theory. Did Skella Greg have a ring on his finger?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
No, Skella
Okay.
Greg did not.
Okay, I don't know why, but I am convinced that the only reason this might be possible here is because we ended up in this weird fucked up situation where Hannah is about to be proposed to by Greg. And for the full force here, I'm fully in support of this union because Hannah said Greg treats her like the queen that she is. So, how many universes do you think Greg of the Gardens is getting married? Not that I'm supporting getting Greg, by the way.
You know, I probably only this one, because I think I remember hearing about how, like, you're not like Cosmo or Ozma in the other ones. You're just
or
Cosmo.
Catherine. Oh.
You're just Cosmo. You're just the one.
Do you think? Now, I hate to be that guy, but I'm grappling with this reality I'm faced with. Do you think that Cosmo is just actually like the victor Cosmo? Like, let's say it boiled down to, like, me, Catherine, and Ozma. We're all that's left, I'm assuming. Well, not Catherine anymore now. So now it's just me and Ozma. So like whoever like gets the other one, like that's Cosma. I'm assuming.
I
Uh,
guess.
Brad chimes in. Is like, no, only one Cosma, and then it's just like, it's a way to gain like infinite knowledge. I think is the goal, and immortality, right? Because there's always new clones. The clones are all learning new stuff. I mean, you guys are all wicked smart. Like you do space stuff. Ozma does like plant stuff, and then you get all that knowledge. You know?
Wait,
Yeah.
are you telling me that I have the magic power to consume my own brain and learn from it?
Yeah, that's the
Like,
whole point of Cosma. But it's not really a magic power. It's actually like super deep, like science stuff.
First.
Sorry,
stop doing that,
I'm
Brad.
sorry.
I mean, I can't stress enough how much I hate that. So, um, you said there's probably something we can do to not make that happen.
With the amount of time and the amount of planning that we have, I think it's safe to say anything's possible.
Oh my god, you're a fucking liar.
No, I'm serious. I'm being 100% serious. I bet we can do it.
Okay, but if it takes time to think of an option, and it also takes time to turn into that, how much time do we actually have?
I don't know, but I bet we can figure it out.
Okay.
And with that, I think we're going to wrap up here. There is a new dawn, a new path, and a new direction for Team Bouquet. When we come back next time, we are going to do a bit of a time skip. We're going to be spending some time in this new village, watching it grow, contributing to its success, and also watching as our characters grow and start to plan for the journey ahead. But that won't be a today problem. That'll be a next time problem.
Time on Problem the podcast.
Problem Boys the podcast. I'm actually a little surprised you guys picked Brad. I'm like very excited for Brad route, but I'm a little surprised.
Did you think we are definitely gonna pick Boo?
No, I wasn't 100% convinced you were gonna pick Boo. And I wanted it to be in a way. Honestly, I got what I wanted, which was that not everyone was on the same page going into it. Because like obviously Brad sucks. But also Boo also sucks. And has always sucked.
Yeah, but Boo sucks in like a different way. He's just an asshole. Brad, like he's asshole on the surface, but he does a lot of good that we've seen. Brad has been nice on the surface and absolutely nothing but an asshole. Absolutely nothing but assholery from Brad.
It's true. I do gotta say, I think the Boo route would have had a lot of unique challenges because of who Boo is. Like, definitely someone who would abandon you to your own devices if he even thought for a second that you'd like gone against him. So you definitely have less of a high maintenance route, I'll tell you that.
I wanted to do Boo route. The boot.
The boot.
Listen, I thought about this. I don't think we're going to do this. But I was like, we could always explore an alternate reality where you pick the Boo path instead and like split the timeline from there.
We're committing time crimes by splitting the timeline.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that is something that crossed my mind because I was like, well, what if this is a mistake? Like, what if we don't jive with this path? I was like, what's stopping us from going back in time to that moment again with one of the frogs or 10 and then being like, yo, pick Boo, and then just waiting for everything to reset?
Yeah, I mean,
Us going to talk to us in the past before we talk to Boo when we're in time jail, and we're like, hey, pick Boo.
Hey,
when it comes to it, pick Boo.
When you're ready, go pick that little Boo boy.
So the thing is,
you
like,
know that
I
Boo
know
guy that's like kind of an asshole. Pick him.
I know Boo was an asshole, and I know that that makes sense that his route would have been genuinely harder. But I was also like, I'm so curious about him as a character because, like, I don't really know why. Like, I do know why he's like this, but I also don't know why the fuck he's like this. So I would love to explore more of him as a character if we're working with him constantly. but not at the cost of our own characters' like growth journey.
Yeah. I mean,
At least from a selfish Cosmo perspective. I don't know about anyone else.
I think there definitely would have been like still room for growth and everything, but backstory is not Boo's concern. Solving personal problems is not Boo's concern. So no, I think you guys made a good choice. That's what I'm saying. So next time we'll cut ahead. I gotta think about how far ahead we're skipping. It could be up to 2 years.
Jesus.
But it's time
Is
it's
that-
time to like train and grow and get a plan.
I agree. However, I do think if that comes up, we should probably find some story way to address specifically Mouse and Atticus and Anderson just like chilling out without their family.
Oh yeah. No, I mean we'd probably take 1 to 2 episodes and cover that gap.
Solid. Okay, then yeah, I won't speak for anyone else, but I don't care if we skip 2 years. That's fine with me.
Skips are always fun.
Hell yeah. It's a little less traumatic than the Sandland skip, I feel like.
That was because no one expected us to skip 3 years immediately.
Okay, goodbye everyone. Doo-doo-doo.